What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I have some big news to share with you when it comes to redistricting. I know we're talking about the 2026 midterm election, and one of the things that we've all been interested in is redistricting. We're seeing states all over the U.S. talk about redistricting. Okay, some of them have moved forward. Some of them are just saying, well, we're planning to do this. But we have a state that has come out and said that it's not going to be possible. They don't have the votes. And so I want to show you that, but I also want to show you this AI model that I created, and we're going to go over this, and I'll show you. In this model basically will give a prediction of how many seats either the Democrats or the Republicans can gain in this whole redistricting. Okay, and this is important because will Democrats be able to take back control of the House or the Senate? And this whole redistricting is a way to keep Democrats from taking back control, because this was initiated by Republicans. This was initiated by President Trump. He told the Texas governor, look, we need to find about 5 seats. Let's do some redistricting. And we're talking about mid-decade redistricting. That's not a normal thing. Has it happened in the past? Yes, but it's not a normal occurrence. But the president is saying, look, we want these different states to start redistricting, drawing new lines so Republicans can benefit from that by gaining seats. And so what did California do? California put out Prop 50. Prop 50 passed. They're redistricting as well. So you have Republicans redistricting, you have Democrats redistricting. Who's going to have the advantage in the end? And so you see in this article, it says Republican Senator nixes Indiana redistricting despite close party ties. And so you have in the state Senate in Indiana, they've decided that they're not going to move forward with redistricting. Now, we could see some other states come out with the same, if they might not do it either. And that's why I was saying, and when I show you, let me just show you the model too. That way we can talk about it as we're going through this. But when we're looking at the model, this model that I created, you have some states that have made announcements, and you have some states that are contemplating doing this, but they haven't moved forward yet, okay? Or they're in the process of moving forward. But there are no guarantees. Even with the states that have said, or even if they have a map that's out there already, there's still no guarantees. And that's why when we're looking at the probability, we're not showing here that it's 100%. Okay, the only place where we're showing 100%, there are a few places where these states, the courts in these states have come out and said, look, you're going to have to redistrict. So those states, yes, we'll say it's 100% because the court has already decided on this and they've given them a deadline. And so it has to be done. But some of these other states, it's still up in the air, even if it's a state like Texas that they've already drawn new lines. Okay, so let's go ahead. I want to show you this. And then at the end of this, what we're going to find out is that the numbers have changed when it comes to the amount of seats can be gained by Republicans or Democrats as a result of redistricting. Okay, so starting off here, we have Texas, and I'll move through this as fast as possible. So we have Texas. The probability when it comes to Texas is about 90%. So that 0.90, just look at that as a percentage there. So 90% chance. You have 4 seats that Republicans could gain, and then this is the expected outcome, okay, plus 3.60. What they're doing is they're calculating the number of seats to the percentage probability, okay? Okay, Missouri. So with Missouri, 70% chance of happening, we have +1 for Republicans. Now, when it comes to California, 90% chance of happening, and we have -5 for Republicans. So Republicans would lose 5 seats. Louisiana, okay, and we're waiting for the Supreme Court to rule on this. It's about a 60% chance of happening, and Republicans would be able to gain a seat as a result of that. And then we have Utah, and this is -1, okay? And the probability here again is it's 100% because the court has ruled on this already. So -1 means that Republicans would lose a seat here. So when you look at that calculation here, looking at all of these states, and these are the states that have they've already enacted something. We're looking at -0.60. Okay, so that's the number there. So just remember that number. Okay, potential. Okay, these are just states that are talking about it or they're moving forward, but they haven't enacted anything yet. Now, looking at this, North Carolina, we have 60% chance of that happening, and we have seats that could be gained is 1 for Republicans. Ohio, 100%, and so they need to redraw lines, and that's going to benefit or could benefit Republicans by 1 seat. Okay, and I should say could. I shouldn't say will benefit, because even if you draw new lines, that doesn't guarantee that people are going to go and vote for a Republican candidate over a Democrat. Even if you have a district that strongly leans for Republicans or strongly leans for a Democrat, it doesn't guarantee that a Democrat or a Republican will win that seat. So I should be saying could, not will, because we don't know. And looking at things right now, you have a lot of people that are very upset. They're upset with the economy. They're upset with inflation. They could either not show up to vote or show up to vote in a protest of the current administration and vote against that person that they think will win in that district or that incumbent. Okay, so Georgia, Voter Rights Act. This is another situation where we're going to be waiting for the Supreme Court. Probability there, 35%. That could be 1 seat for the Republicans. Indiana, this is the one that we're talking about here. And they're not going to redraw, okay? They've already come out and said that, or the probability right now, they're saying that they're not doing it. Is there still a possibility of it happening? There could be, but for right now, we're going to put it at 0% chance of happening. It would have been 1 seat that Republicans could have won. Okay, Florida. And looking at Florida, 20% chance of this happening. We have +1 for Republicans. Alabama, 5% chance of this happening, and it would favor Democrats. So it would be -1 for Republicans. And then New York, 15% chance of this happening. It would be a seat for the Democrats. And then Pennsylvania is a 0 on our list. And the AI model continues to put Pennsylvania on there, and it just shows them at 0. So that's what we're going to show there. South Carolina, 10% chance of it happening, and that would be -1 for Republicans, so it would favor Democrats. New Mexico, 25% chance of it happening, and that would be -1, so that would favor Democrats as well. And so this is the next number that we get. So we have this number here, -0.60, that would favor Democrats overall. Okay, and these are the states that have already enacted something as a result of redistricting. Okay, so right now, if you're just looking at what has already been enacted, Democrats have the advantage. And they have the advantage, a slight advantage there, but they still have the advantage. Looking at the states that are potentially talking about redistricting, Republicans have an advantage. You see +1.60. So when we go through the calculation here, we're looking at what's been enacted. We just talked about that. What could potentially be enacted. So we're looking at the seat gain overall will go to Republicans, but only by 1 seat. Now, if you've watched some of the other videos that I've posted, especially the videos where I'm focused on the House of Representatives, you see that Democrats have an advantage there. And right now it's showing that they could win 40 seats in 2026. So this whole 1 seat, that's not going to change much. Now, when the Supreme Court rules, when that comes out, we could see some real quick movement in some of these states to redistrict. And so we could potentially see Republicans being able to gain a few more seats. But right now, it's pretty much neck and neck when it comes to redistricting. And so all of this talk about redistricting and how that's going to impact this race and Republicans will be able to win all of these seats and maintain control of the House as a result of redistricting, we're not seeing it right now. We're just not seeing it. It's pretty much almost even. It's not going to be significant at this point. Now, of course, yes, we need to wait for the Supreme Court to rule. And once the Supreme Court rules on the Voter Rights Act, we could see some shifting. But even if we see that, it's still probably not going to shift that much, because some of these states that will draw new lines, they can draw the new lines, but guess what? It might be 1 seat here, 1 seat in one state, 1 seat in another state. So you can have 5 states do this whole redistricting, and you could see a pickup of maybe 5 seats. And so that's still not going to be enough, because right now Democrats have that advantage. They have the advantage to take back the House. And right now it's looking like it could be a blue wave. They could take back the House in the amount of 40 seats or more. Okay, so that's what I wanted to focus on in this video. I just wanted to show you that really quick. And so Indiana won't be making changes when it comes to redistricting. And we're going to see some other states do this as well. States that are trying to do this for Democrats, states that are trying to do this for Republicans, they're not all going to be able to redistrict. And some of them will run out of time and they won't be able to redistrict as well. So just wanted to put that out there. I want to know what you guys think though. So let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. So that's all we have for this video. Make sure if you guys want to send me an email, you can do that, david@thetecshow.com. Like the video, subscribe for more, and check out these videos over here for some more great content. Talk to you later. Bye.